What is up, my friends? We are very welcome along to the first pre-season game of the new campaign. Of course, today's going to be a sad one as well as we say goodbye to Diogo Jota. I apologise for being a couple of minutes late, but as always, technical gremlins stopped us from going live on time. Do apologise for that, but we are back and we are ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is the big news? Well, some players just aren't in the squad today. Florian Wirtz, as an example, is one of those who isn't included in today's squad. Report is that no chances are being taken. Obviously, there was a bit of disruption to the red start of pre-season, and for obvious reasons, and they don't want to take any chances on any players who are still undergoing some individual training programs. So that's where we are with that one. But we can give you the Liverpool team to start this one today. Let me quickly run through it for you, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. So we're going to see Giorgi Mamardashvili start us off today in goal. Then there's Gomez, Szoboszlai, Salah, Chiesa, Costas, Gravenberch, Rio, Bradley, Stevenson, and Neoni. So plenty of options there for Anna to have a look at. Obviously, we're all excited to see young Rio take to the field today. On the bench, or for the second half, whatever way you want to look at it, we've got Woodman, Pechi, Endo, Nunez, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Doak, Milos Kerkez, Jeremie Frimpong, Nalo, Kumas, Morrison, and Pilling. So, bit of a mixed bag today, as we would have expected for the first game of pre-season. Also, today we say goodbye to Diogo and Andre. Of course, there's a 16-page special program for this game that Preston North End have put out, and full credit to them. It looks absolutely top-notch. So, fair play to Preston on that one. So, how are we all feeling? Obviously, first pre-season game. Can you guys hear my fan, by the way? Is that annoying you? If it is, there's not much I can do about it because I need to be cool. But if you can hear it, that's what it is. It's just a small fan in the background. And not a fan like, yeah, you go Craig. I mean a fan like, blow air. Can't hear it. Good. Brilliant. Good stuff, because it's the only thing that would keep me going. As you can see, I'm even in a polo shirt today. No hoodie. That's just too warm. You know, you got to play the conditions. Right. So, loads to get through over the next, what have we got for kickoff? 35 minutes or so. Feels unusual, this, doesn't it? Talking about a game again. Talking about the Reds playing some football. Liz said, happy match day. Thank you, Liz. Hope all is well over in Florida. Appreciate you. Davino said, first watch along of the pre-season. How are you feeling, Craig? You're a superstar. The past week or so has been hard. I'm ready to see the boys in action. I'm all right. I can't hear out my right ear. So I feel a bit weird today because I can't hear anything out my right ear. So, yeah, a little bit strange one for me. I'm kind of... My own voice sounds weird to me. How skinny do I look? I don't know. Don't think I've lost any more weight or anything. Sometimes you just see me in baggy hoodies all the time. I might not be as chunky as perhaps I appear, but still have lots and lots of weight to be losing. But, you know, black is a fat man's friend. Tuning in from Melbourne, how are we? The Beans, nice to see you, my friend. I was going to say nice to hear from you, but can't hear. You've missed this. Yeah, look, it'll be a difficult opening to this, obviously, with the goodbye to Diogo, the laying of the wreath, the singing of You'll Never Walk Alone. It's going to be an emotionally charged afternoon for us all, but it's still the start of a new campaign, the start of a new pre-season, and obviously our first chance to have a look at some of these guys. Obviously, we're going to see Giorgi in goal at the start. Then we've got Frimpong on the bench, Kerkez on the bench, going to get to see a couple of the youngsters, young Rio in the starting lineup as well. So, yeah, exciting times. No Wirtz, by the way, folks. No Wirtz. So there's a report that says a number of Liverpool senior players aren't going to be involved today. They're undergoing individual pre-season preparation, and because Liverpool's pre-season has been a little bit impacted, obviously, for obvious reasons, with the tragic events with Diogo and Andre, Liverpool have decided not to take any chances over players' fitness or anything like that. So a couple of the boys just won't be involved today, and Wirtz is one of them. What's the channel? So it's on LFC TV, it's on All Red Video, and it's also on ITV. So you have plenty of options today to watch the game. You in a shirt is so wrong. It's too warm, dude. I can't be... It's Adidas, though, so I'm on brand, you know. I'm still on brand. But it's too warm. You know, this is the dad summer uniform as well. You know, any dads out there know what I'm talking about. Gone on holidays with the kids or whatever. Cargo shorts, polo t-shirt. That's the dad's uniform for the summer. Good morning from the States, said Snowy. Good morning to you, my friend. Lovely to see you in. It must be what? In the States now, either 9:30 or even earlier. I guess if you're over in Cali, it'd be what, 7:30. Steve said, love this free LFC TV month every pre-season. Yeah, I have LFC TV on my Sky package, so didn't realise the game was going to be on this channel today. I thought it was only going to be on ITV, so it was a pleasant surprise last night when you guys told me that it was going to be on. Chiesa would be like playing the UEFA final. Watch the man's space. I can't wait to see Fede. I can't wait to see young Rio. Really excited to see him in action today. Let's have a look at the starting 11 and we'll try figure out who's playing where. We think Stevenson might be playing centre-back. He is a CDM, but we think he might be playing centre-back today. Trey Morris-Leone in the team, obviously, as well. Costas in there, Gravenberch in there, young Rio in there, Joe Gomez. Great to see Joe back on the pitch as well. Delighted to see Joe getting some minutes. Why no Wirtz? Again, I feel like somebody's going to have to just pin a comment on this or something because I'm not answering the same question 500 times. It'll just annoy everybody. Wirtz isn't injured. He's just not ready. Same with Virgil and a few others. He's not the only senior player that's not there today. Just the club decided that they aren't fit enough to start taking chances about putting these guys out on the pitch yet. Understandable, obviously. We've got to make sure that the preparations are as they should be. So as unfortunate as it is that we don't get to see Wirtz today, because God, I was looking forward to seeing him as well. We've nothing to be concerned about. It's just a bit of a bummer, obviously, he can't play today. Can you go through the bench again? I'll do it all before kickoff. If you need it earlier than that, you're going to have to search it. But we'll go through the whole squad again before the game. But just wait for everybody to come in and then we'll run through it. Basically, no Wirtz, no Virgil, and a few others, senior players that aren't in it. Actually, do you know what? Let's be nice. Let's quickly run through the bench one more time then for everybody. So the bench is Woodman, Petry, Endo, Nunes, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Doak, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nallo, Kumas, Morrison, and Pilling. So again, Woodman, Petry, Endo, Nunes, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Doak, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nallo, Kumas, Morrison, Pilling. So that is your bench today, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, this is looking very much like it'll be a 1-half, 2-half kind of malarkey, not 30-30-30. Doesn't look like there's enough players there for that one. So I would very much expect we're going to see 45 and 45. I'm interested to see Giorgi, though. Very interested to have a look at Mamardashvili for the first time in a Liverpool shirt. Jack said would have liked to see Frimpong and Mo at the same time. We will, mate. Just give it a little bit of time. We've got a pre-season to look forward to. We've got, 4 more games after this one. So we will get a chance to see those relationships form. But again, just got to just take it on the chin that there's no Wirtz, no VVD, and a few others there today. No Allison as an example as well. Will we be swapping the bench players at half time? I'd imagine so, yeah. I would imagine so. You wouldn't want to be giving the lads more than 45 really in the first game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 14 players on the bench. So certainly the options are there. Matthew, how are we, mate? Said, I hope Morrison gets minutes. Exciting player. Don't know much about some of those players on the bench. Don't know much about Pilling. Don't know much about Morrison. Woodman, not too sure on him either, to be honest with you. Obviously know a bit about young Nallo, the centre-back. Young Andy Robertson might be worth having a look at as well. Atkinja said, was hoping Nunes was gone by now. Well, if he scores today, it's going to be tough because everybody be like, oh, Darwin just should stay around. Darwin's brilliant now. But it is what it is. Crazy how many players we have. VVD, Wirtz, Kanade, Diaz, Allison, Maka, Dans, Bajcetic, McConnell, all missing. So again, let's just run through that list that Connor put in the chat there. So no VVD, no Wirtz, no Canade, no Diaz, no Allison, no Maka, no Dans, no Bojcetic, and no McConnell. Oh, Woodman's the goalkeeper. Yeah, sorry. Forgot about that altogether. Forgot about him altogether. So yeah, 2 goalkeepers on the bench then, Woodman and Petrie. Then Endo, Nunes, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Dowick, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nalo, Kumas, Morrison and Pilling. Shadow Raptor said, very excited to see Rio Nimoha, as I think he'll be very good in the future. His braveness is amazing. Yeah, I'm buzzing to see young Rio out there. Sun looks like it's shining down. A deep Dale as well. Excited potentially see Frimpong. Yeah, you will see him. He'll get a run out in the second half. Just seeing the a bit of a drone footage here, an aerial of all the respects paid to Diogo Jota, the flowers, the scarves that run away the whole front side of Anfield. It's a beautiful tribute, but obviously a tribute that everybody wishes didn't have to happen. Dave, how are we, my man? Said, Craig, any chance we can keep our boy Chiesa? Look, there is a chance, mate. I'd be a liar if I said there wasn't. I'm not expecting it, but, you know, as of right now, Federico Chiesa is still a Liverpool player, so let's wait and see. I feel like the only reason Fede is playing is because nobody's really bidding on him. Kind of like an auction. Well, he needs pre-season minutes regardless, you know. If he's going to be a Liverpool player, if he's not, he's going to need pre-season minutes, and we get to have another look at him, which is always a good thing. So again, for those of you coming in late who are asking about why there's no players, no injuries, it's just some people aren't at a point where the fitness levels are where the club want to risk them. So there's a whole host of first team players today. Wirtz, Virgil, Maka, Allison, and a few more who aren't playing. So nothing to be concerned about. Just, again, they're on tailored individual programs. And obviously there was a small disruption to pre-season, which means that Liverpool are starting a little bit later. David says, Nunes could score 5 in every pre-season game, and I still would want him to stay. Same. There's no convincing me on his ability anymore, mate. None. There's a pinned message about Wirtz. I know. But it's easier to just come in and ask rather than search it. I'd probably be the same, to be honest, if I was in other people's shoes. Who takes 9 if Nunes leaves? Whoever comes in, I would imagine, without trying to be rude. Whoever comes in. Look, as of right now, Darwin Nunes is a Liverpool player, so, you know, he deserves to get the full pre-season, same as anybody else. What are my predictions? I don't have any predictions for this one, mate. How could you make predictions in pre-season with any type of confidence, you know? I'm just excited, same as everybody else. Excited to see the lads back out on the pitch. Obviously excited to see some of the new faces and young faces, especially young Rio. Really looking forward to seeing Giorgi, Mamardashvili in goal as well. Elks, how are we, sir? Hope Chiesa has a good pre-season and gives 110%. He definitely will. You know, if nothing else, as somebody mentioned a moment ago, he's on camera and he's playing and he's giving people a look at him. So, you know, maybe this would be a way to garner some interest. David said, I heard that Salah lad is decent. He's not the finished product, David. You know, he's a bit of a way to go, but he's got time on his side. 2 more years to go, developments before we're ready to say he's the finished article. Dave, how are we, mate? I haven't got a chance, Dave, to reply to your email yet. I had seen it. I just hadn't got around to it with everything that's happened over the past week or so. But hello to you and the family as well. And obviously sending you love, bro. Sending you lots of love. Salah the young prodigy. Anyone know what Trey Leone's real position is? So I would think of Trey as an 8, personally. That's when I think of Trey Leone, I think of him as an 8 and not really a 6. That would be my understanding of it. NT10HD edit said, I don't see us signing a striker after Nunes leaves. We'll sign the defender with that money. We will sign the striker, mate. We'll sign forwards. I'm not going to actually. I can't say he will sign a striker, but we will sign forwards. Especially if Darwin leaves, we've got no centre forward, so we'll have to bring in a forward, whether that's a utility forward or a centre forward. And money wise, well, we'll probably recoup somewhere between 150 and 200 million over the next 6 or 7 weeks between some of the sales. We ran through some of the players yesterday. Actually, let me get the list for you. One sec. There was a list of players we ran through that were probably going to be up for sale. Here we go. So these are potential sales. Diaz, Darwin, Canade, Chiesa, Elliott, Robbo, Costas, Doak, Morton. Even if, let's say, we sold Diaz, Darwin, Elliott, Costas, Doak and Morton, you're probably still looking at 160, 170, maybe even higher for those. So there will be money there. There's one more thing actually wanted to run through, some numbers for you guys, some pre-season numbers, just in case you're looking out for who's who. So these are temporary squad numbers. They've been confirmed by the club as temporary squad numbers, but Giorgi Mamardashvili will wear number 55. Freddie Woodman will wear number 56. Milos Kerkez, 57. Florian Wirtz, although not in action today, will wear number 58 in pre-season. Jeremie Frimpong, 59. And Armin Petchy will wear 60. Just looking out at Milos Kerkez, strolling around the AXA with a nice big smile on his face, looking at the great new training complex that he's signed up for. Here's an interesting bit of news for you folks. Nothing to do with the game, but Graham Bailey, via Rousing the Cop, has said RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko, his agent, has contacted Liverpool to offer the Serbian attacker after Arsenal pulled out of the race. Now, I don't know if Liverpool's interest is there or not, but seemingly we're of interest to the player, so keep an eye on that and we'll see if that comes of it. Don Pre, how are we, sir? Great to be back. Diogo will never be forgotten. Absolutely agree with that, sir. Forever a number 20. Curtis said, hi, mate, just tuned in. No Wirtz. No, there's a pinned post about it in the chat. There's no Wirtz, there's no Maka, there's no Allison, there's no Virgil. It's just that they aren't ready, pretty much. They're all undergoing individual tailored training programs, and obviously with them coming back a few days late because of the tragic incident with Diogo and his brother Andre, that's why. That's why they're not there today. It's a bit of a bummer. All right, we would have loved to have seen Florian out there, but it is what it is. Some words from Arne Slot that Mark has just sent me. Jots was the player that if things were really, really, really difficult, I always looked at him and said, now we need something special from you. And he delivered so many times in those moments. I can come up with all these moments even before. I had so many of these moments as well. So we're in a very difficult time. So let's try to do what Diogo did so many times. It's so difficult, then a little bit harder just to keep going and make it work. So again, kind words from Arna around Diogo, as you would expect. And look, before the game, there's going to be some floral tributes. There's going to be a singing of You'll Never Walk Alone and a few other gestures. Obviously, the players will be wearing black armbands as well. When does the Adidas deal start? August the 1st. Fionn, August the 1st, mate. It was because, do you remember the COVID season and the way that season was delayed a bit later? Because of that, a lot of these deals were kicked on an extra month. So, unfortunately for us as fans, we have to wait until the 1st of August, mate. What channel am I watching it on? I'm going to be watching it on LFC TV. Yeah, LFC TV for me. So if you want to sync up with me, we'll be doing it on LFC TV. Right, folks, you know the drill. We want to try to get to 1,000 likes before the kick-off. We've only got 19 minutes, 570 likes to go. So if you have a second to spare, please do hit that like button for me. And let's keep up our great run that we had the whole way through last season. Every game we got to 1,000 likes before kick-off. Let's try and keep that rolling. Val, you don't have to say you're an Arsenal fan. Arsenal's in your name, and I know you at this point, Val. So Hope you and your family are well as well, my friend. I'm doing all right, thank you, mate. Can't hear out my right ear today for some reason, but other than that, we're all right. Do I know if any other Liverpool friendlies are on TV? They're all going to be on LFC TV, mate. All of them. The club show every pre-season game, every pre-season. So yeah, just if you get LFC TV, or if you get yourself all red video from Liverpool, you will be able to see all the games on there. You can get a free month as well, by the way, when you sign up. So pretty much get the whole of pre-season. Tony Hausman, how are we, sir? Said, hey, Craig, good to see you. This will be my first watch-along shared with you in the community. Looking forward to the game. Thank you, bro. You will notice as we get into the games that actually matter, though, my levels of anxiety and delusion probably creep up a bit higher. A build-up of wax, maybe? No, it's not. I had them looked at. I went to the doctor a while ago. The tubes are clear. I think it's to do with my jaw, in all honesty. You know, the way I was saying before, I've got issues with my jaw and sometimes the pressure impacts around the ear. I think that's probably it. But no, it's definitely... Because I thought the same. Yeah, I thought maybe build up a wax, I'd have to get a syringe or something, but it was clear, so not that. 777 Alex, how are we, my friend? Said, yes, Craig, we are back. Lovely to see your shiny head again, my man. Love from Norway. Love right back to you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, it feels a long time, doesn't it? Since we've been able to sit here together and look forward to a game. So very much excited about it and always a pleasure to share the moment with you guys. Obviously, today is going to be a particularly heartfelt one with the tributes to Diogo. I see lots of young Reds there and Preston fans as well holding up their banners and flags and signs in respect for Diogo. What I always love about these pre-season games, by the way, is the amount of young Reds that get to maybe go and have a first look or attend their first Liverpool game. It's always brilliant to look around the crowds and see so many families and stuff there sharing the occasions together. It's great. We need more of it in football. Lying on a beach bed in sunny Spain, Craig, listening to you. We love it, Paulie. Enjoy, mate. Enjoy. What parts of Spain, Paulie? If you don't mind me asking. Obviously, I'm somebody who goes to Spain quite often. Believe it or not, hand on heart, I've been to Spain over 40 times. It's the only place my dad would go on holidays when we were younger, so I kind of just fell in love with the country myself. And I mean that sincerely. It is the only place my father, outside of Ireland, ever brought us on holidays. I've been to Santa Ponza over 20 times alone. See, my dad was scared of flying, and 2 hours and 30 minutes to Spain is the furthest he was going to get to some sunshine. So, yeah, it was every year, Spanish holiday. One with me and my mum, and just one with him and my mum. How's my Spanish? I don't have a lick of it, mate. Not a bit. I wish I did. I do plan on moving to Spain at some point, and I will certainly try my best to learn the language before I do. But yeah, my goal's always been to retire to Spain when I finish. Although, to be fair, at Ireland at the minute, it's warm. It's the warmest couple of days I can remember in a few years here in Ireland. Close to Marbs. Oh, look at this. Close to Marbs. Look at Johnny P. Bullock's over here. Close to Marbs. Oh, down in League Gunner country. Ever been to Madrid? No. I've been to Barcelona. Never been to Madrid. Thank you so much, Insanity O. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you. You doing Trent? Not quite. Not quite. I'll still be working. It's the same. I'll still be wearing the same Anfield Agenda badge, man. If I move to Spain at some point, don't worry. I'm going nowhere. Until you guys are sick of me, I'm going nowhere. So again, there's a pinned comment. Anybody asking about Wirtz, look at the pinned comment. You'll get your answer. Scout Stewart said, hey Craig, how are you? Hope we get a win today. Honestly, pre-season, I'm never fussed about the scorelines. Yeah, I'm never bothered. For me, pre-season's just about, getting through it, not picking up any injuries. Yeah, that's the way we are for me. Thank you, Mark, for letting me know about young Pilling there as well. Appreciate you, bro. Never could be sick of you. Oh, well, tell that to me, missus, mate. You know, she's definitely sick of me every now and again. Don't blame her. Still on coffee. That's coffee number 2 of the day. K-Days said, tell you what, Craig, I'm going with 3-1 Liverpool. Nice. What does it mean by disrupted pre-season? That's a serious question, Andre, is it? One of our players died, and you're asking, what does it mean by disrupted pre-season? Have a think on that one for a minute, mate, and see if you can't join those dots together. Is that real coffee? No, Liz. No, I'm not posh enough, Liz. It's just freeze-dried coffee. Will I get a Jota tattoo? No, I won't. Can't help but be so frustrated that we were having really good summer window that we waited the years for. Then fate gives us a tragedy. I know, but the window's not over yet, and I still feel, Whitehammer, mate, that there's some big moments to come for us. I don't think we're done yet. I think we've just obviously had an enforced pause because of the tragic events with Diogo and Andre. And it's right. It's the right thing to do. But I just think it's a pause, man. I honestly feel like we'll come back around. Bransfield, how are we, sir? Theo? Am I right? Am I right, Theo? Glad we're back. Lots of love from Sweden. Thank you, man. And say hello to your dad for me as well. Always lovely to see both of you in the chat, my friend. Craig on one today? Not at all. Just honestly can't fathom how somebody would say, what does it mean by disrupted pre-season? Like, you know, we lost the player. I think it's pretty self-evident. I'm not on one. I'm just not going to continue to pander down to silly questions, you know? And I've been, you know, in the chat so far, there's been about 500 where's Wirtz when there's a pinned comment there to answer the question. Who am I looking most forward to seeing in the match? Oh, I think I'll have to answer that with 2 people if I could be so greedy. So Giorgi Mamardashvili, I'm looking forward to seeing Giorgi, and I'm also really looking forward to seeing young Rio. Obviously, Milos and Frimpong in the second half would be brilliant. Right, we're going to get to singing now, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to just be respectful. There's a couple of songs being sung there. One of them will be You'll Never Walk Alone, obviously. Young lady out there singing them now. Big Giorgi. Yes, it'll be interesting to see Giorgi, obviously. Haven't even seen the media stuff with him yet. If Nunes stays, what do you expect from him to leave? He's not staying. Don't get your hopes up about it. Don't even think about it. Put it to the back of your mind. He's not staying. It isn't happening. You're just torturing yourself if you think it's going to suddenly end up in a fairy tale. He's leaving. And I mean that 100%, not trying to be rude. He's leaving. So don't expect him to stay. Craig, it's not a silly question. It's a stupid question. Disruption could mean anything. No, it's a stupid question. Disruption means, obviously, the obvious thing. And disruption could be one player, but when there's 6 or 7 players out. So it is a stupid question. But that's okay. So, Itachi, you can be a dickhead as much as you want, but Darwin isn't staying, and no cry arson about it's going to change that. He's not good enough. He doesn't deserve to be here. He deserves to be sold. Let's not get into stupidity just because you're a fanboy who doesn't want to deal with the reality of him not being good enough. Darwin isn't good enough. Darwin disrespected the club. Darwin deserves to be sold. Bye-bye, Darwin. Get used to it or have your little heart broken. But either way, I'm not pandering to your stupidity. Robbie, how are we, sir? Said touching tributes to Diogo today. Absolutely, sir. So many Diogo scarfed, and here comes Preston captain laying a wreath in front of the cop end at Preston as well. Beautiful gesture. So I can't hear the young lady singing, but by all accounts, you guys are saying she's doing a wonderful job. Obviously, I watch the games on mute, so I'm just sitting back. But, you know, you guys are saying she's doing a wonderful job singing, which is good to hear. I know this is going to sound weird, but she looks like she'll be good, if that makes sense. She looks like the polished, finished singer from what I'm seeing, so I can't hear her, obviously. Just laying the wreath now in front of the Liverpool fans. Preston captain. Beautiful gesture. So, on the Diogo Jota stuff, there's so many beautiful 20 moments. He signed in 2020. He wore number 20. He brought us number 20. And when Liverpool released the information that they were retiring the number 20, they did so at 20:20 p.m. in the evening. So they released the news of 2020. Diogo wore 20. We're retiring 20. He came in 2020 and he won us number 20. To so many beautiful nods to his number. Here come the players now and the officials. Still feels weird seeing the boys in the Nike kits, but we knew that was going to be the case. Mohamed Salah with the captain's armband on today. Then comes Giorgi, Mamardashvili, Joe Gomez, Connor Bradley. Obviously, it's a full house at Deepdale, as you would expect as well. If I'm not mistaken, now correct me if I'm wrong on this, the lady that was singing, I think she married to a former Preston player or a current Preston player or something. I think I might be wrong on that, and I apologise if I am, but I could swear I had some recollection of her being married to one of the Preston lads or something. Right, let's run through the team for everybody. So the first 11 that'll take to the pitch, ladies and gentlemen: Mamardashvili, Gomez, Szoboszlai, Salah, Chiesa, Costas, Gravenberch, Rio, Bradley, Stevenson, Leone. That's your first 11. On the bench today: Woodman, Pecci, Endo, Nunes, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Doak, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nalo, Kumas, Morrison, and Pillin. Hammer, you could be right, mate. I just know that with the COVID season, bro, it delayed things a bit, and the contract ticked over till the end of July because of that. So obviously August the 1st will be the official unveiling of the Adidas kits, and we will also see the unveiling of the player squad numbers at that point as well. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get underway at Deepdale. Sit back, relax, and I'll do my best to take you through the game. Couple of squad numbers as well, just to keep you guys up to tabs on. Where was it? This one. So there's some temporary numbers for a few players today. Giorgi Mamardashvili will wear 55. Freddie Woodman, 56. Milos Kerkez, 57. No Wirtz today, but he'll wear 58 for pre-season. Frimpong 59 and Armin Petri will wear number 60. It's on LFC TV is how I'm watching it. It's also on ITV as well, and all red if you want to stream it. Right, my friends, we were just observing the moment's silence before kickoff. We are ready to get underway. Obviously, everybody's thoughts today with our number 20, Diogo Jota, and his brother Andre and his family, of course. May they rest in peace. Right, the Reds going to be playing from left to right in the first half, my friends. Again, we need to get the likes up. We've got 2 minutes. If we can hit those likes, get it to 1,000, our record will be intact. 136 to go. If we all just take 1 second, hit that like button, we'll get there. Oh, we're closing in. Oh, few seconds. Nearly there. 20 to go. Yes, well done. 1 second before kickoff. Legends. Absolute legends. So there's some of the squad there that aren't in the matchday squad today. Robbo, Virgil, obviously the lads in the Nike Air Max tops. There's Florian as well. Right, Preston playing from right to left in the first half. They'll kick us off and get us underway. Referee doing his final checks. Right, my friends, Liverpool's pre-season is officially underway. Ball goes back to the keeper. The Preston keeper, who does the decent thing and launches the ball out long left side. If anybody wants to know why it's the decent thing, I don't know. It's just something I ended up saying and it stuck. Right, a couple of super chats to get through. Wayne said, love to everybody. RIP our number 20, Jota and his brother Andre. Appreciate that, Wayne. Crindle, good day. When you saw Nunes in the squad, what was your initial impression? I can't tell if sign of him staying. No, it's not a sign of him staying. He's going. But he deserves a pre-season like anybody else. So it's definitely no indication of anything other than he's a Liverpool player still and he deserves a pre-season. Right, Liverpool in possession. And play it straight out. So Mamardashvili plays the ball out. We work it out left side. And then obviously the passing broke down and it goes out for a Preston throw-in, which they take quickly. Back with the Preston keeper. Looking at our shape at the minute, it certainly looks like Dom will be playing central as a bit of a false striker by the looks of it. Ball with Joe Gomez now goes back to Giorgi Mamardashvili. He clears it long. Break in midfield. Bit of head tennis going on here now. Liverpool have it left side with young Rio. Well done to him. He keeps possession with Joe. Rolls it back across the line. Conor Bradley now in that right back position. So we believe it's young Stevenson is in number 91. He's tucked in alongside Joe Gomez as the second centre back. Bradley now, as you can see, gone forward. Good early indication here. Bradley made an underlapping run down the right hand side. So the plan is clearly to keep going in that. advanced role that Trent played. Sorry, it was a narrow run from Bradley. It was very interesting to see that early. He made the narrow underlapping run. As you can see, we've seen Stevenson step across to make it almost a back three, and then Bradley goes running through the half space. That's a nice little early indication maybe of the type of intent that Arna's going to go with. So I wouldn't read too much into anybody being in the preseason squad. Everybody that's a Liverpool Football Club player deserves the proper preseason. Darwin is no different. He deserves it as well. And also it gives these guys a chance maybe to put themselves in the shop window a little bit. Oh, bit of an overhit ball there. Stevenson does well. Well done, young man. The Gravenberg. Gravenberg plays the ball inside. Szoboszlai. Bradley. Salah now. Lovely ball back inside to Trainioni. He spreads it out left side. Here we go. Young Rio. Go on, lad. Go on. Rio steps inside. Goes past a couple. Tries a little 1-2 with Dom. Chiesa getting stuck in as well. Go on, boys. The excitement there as soon as young Rio picked up the ball. What was his first thought? Run at the fullback. Love it. More of that, please, Rio. Oh, hang on a minute here, Liz. Hang on a minute. Is that real? Liz knows I'm a ninja nonce, which is true. I've got too many ninja products in my kitchen. I didn't know they made a coffee maker, Liz. I did know, actually. I did know. I think it was like 900 quid though. But still, you never know, Liz. You never know. Closing down there from Costas. Ball goes behind. It'll be a Preston throw-in down by their own corner flag. I tell you what, it can't be just me that got excited when I seen young Rio on the ball there. Dribble was so good, I know. As soon as he picked up the ball, it was like, go on, young man. Go on, Rio. Throw in taken. Trey Morris-Nyoni in possession. To Gomez. Young Stevenson now. Again, look at that. Very, very intentional movement from Bradley. So Bradley is running in the half space. He is operating in that inside channel. Very interesting, this. I know it's early doors, but it's very interesting. Wipeable, you've got the coffee maker. Would you recommend, my friend? Is it worth the investment? Stevenson. Well done, young man. Heads it back to Giorgi. Giorgi flings the ball out left side to Costas. Left-footed ball looking for Mohamed Salah. Preston defender tracks it and puts it out for a throw-in. Have I got the Ninja ice cream maker? I'm not a massive ice cream fan. So, no. I have the Ninja knife set. I've got a Ninja Sizzle. We've got a Ninja Air Fryer. We've got a Ninja Crispy. We've got Ninja water bottles. We've got Shark Hoovers, which are made by Ninja. It is definitely worth it. Nice. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Very interesting opening 6 minutes here. I'm particularly intrigued to see, one, the movement of Bradley through that half space, and also young Rio on the left side. His first thought as soon as he picked up the ball, run at people. I'm watching it on LFC TV. I'm going to sync up at 7 minutes for everybody. Sorry, I'll sync up at 7 minutes. I forgot. Truth be told, fat lads, I forgot. Didn't know they did a water bottle. Oh, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. They keep everything really cold for a very long time, or hot. Everybody in my house has a Ninja water bottle. They're really good. They're about €25 for a 500ml one, and I think they're about €35 for the 700ml one. But they're brilliant. Right, we're going to sync up now, folks. If you need to, we are coming up at 7 minutes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stevenson heads the ball back forward. It breaks to a Preston player. Tries a quick ball inside, which luckily just about makes its way to its intended target. Preston have it now inside the centre circle, middle of the park. Ball out right-hand side. Preston should probably be a little bit ahead of us in their fitness levels. Their championship season starts a little bit earlier, so they should be a bit sharper than us or a little bit further on in their development of pre-season. Right, Preston player, left wing now, trying to have a run at Conor Bradley. Stick to your task, young man. Well done. Cross comes in. Well dealt with by Costas at the far post. He puts it out. It'll be a throw-in on the far side to Preston. Thor said, I love your channel, Craig. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, though, ladies and gents, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. How are we playing? We're looking okay, Buffalo Soldier, mate. Long-time viewer. I always appreciated your name, mate. It's a good one. Yeah, we're doing all right, mate. We're doing all right. For me, in pre-season, I tried to establish and look at some of the patterns of play to see those relationships that we often talk about being built around the pitch. Preston, free kick here, wide right. Let's see how Giorgi Mamardashvili deals with this one. Cross in. It's too far out, so Giorgi doesn't come to it. It's cleared by Bradley on the edge of the 6-yard box. Preston have it now. Back left side. Ball played inside. Chiesa inadvertently challenges, but gives the ball back to the Preston player. Preston move it left to right now. I'm keeping an eye on young Stevenson. He's a good communicator. I'm watching him. Even at such a tender age, and inexperience at the top level, you can see him talking through the rest of the defenders. It's very interesting to watch. He obviously has got something about him. Chiesa, again, a couple of heavy touches, gives the ball away. Preston have it back now, centre of the park. Joe Gomez now marshalling that Liverpool defensive line. Well done, Joe. Costas, get up a bit, get up. That's a free kick. No, referee says get up, Conor Bradley. Referee letting a couple of things go here. Preston again, looking for a cross deep to the back post. Costas gets the shout to let it go over his head, and it goes out on the far side for a Liverpool throw-in. So, Big Dave, there's a load of players, mate, that haven't yet gone far enough in their pre-season because we obviously had the incident with Diogo and his brother. So, some players that they just didn't want to risk. So, Virgil, Maka, Robbo, Wirtz, and a few others, just Alisson, aren't in the squad today. But nothing to be concerned about, no injuries or anything. Chiesa needs to be a bit stronger here, by the way. That's 3 times he's gone down looking for free kicks. 3 times the referee said play on. Strike from distance there for Preston. Had Giorgi Mamardashvili scrambled it across to his right side, but luckily for us, it sailed past his post. Right, Conor Bradley has to cut infield because there's no option for him. Well done, Conor. Protects the ball well. Dom. Oh, unlucky. Ball drops though to Trey Morris-Nioni into Mohamed Salah. Liverpool have options here. Salah spreads the ball into Costas. Costas out to young Rio. Rio recycles the ball back to Trey. Salah. Back out to Rio. He's got Costas with him if he needs him. Plays it back to Nioni. Gravenberch. Szoboszlai now. Looking for an option. Goes out to Mo, wide right. Got an option to Trey if you need it, Mo. Szoboszlai. Salah. Flicked inside. Preston managed to get a block on it and clear their lines. John, how are we, sir? Hey, Craig, great to see you guys playing, but always take pre-season with a grain of salt. I do the same for the NFL. Absolutely. I don't care about results right in pre-season, John. It's forming relationships on the pitch. Obviously, avoiding injury is important as well. But it's just nice to see the lads back on the pitch, isn't it, mate? Go on. I tell you what, though, the intensity of the game, it's certainly nobody's half-arsed, and put it that way. On either side, Rio, go on, Rio, cuts inside, tries to fire a ball to the back post, lads. Tell me young Rio isn't exciting you. Every time he gets on the ball, you can see he wants to make something happen. Lads, I'm getting Raheem Sterling type vibes here from when he was coming through. And I know Raheem didn't go the right way for us in the long term, but when he was coming through, the excitement every time he got on the ball. You can see why Chelsea were so angered that Liverpool were able to convince Rio to continue his development with us. Costas now up the line. Oh, there he is again, Rio. Just when you think he's no chance to keep the ball, he manages to get in ahead of the Preston player and win it and spread it out wide. Well done, young man. Ball flicked across now, lads. I'm already in love. Sign me up. Don't need a left winger. We've got Rio. That's it. End of conversation. Diaz, off you pop. I'm ruthless, haven't I? I'm fucking ruthless, but I'm excited. Soboslai. And Stevenson, as I've said as well, been keeping an eye on him. Very good communicator. Look at even taking up this advanced position to give an option now. You can see why the likes of Stevenson have been brought up to the first team here, because he's got something about him. Look at even now, looking for the ball. Well done, young man. Well done. Rio again. Little 1-2. Tries to get to the byline. Rio, that's a foul, mate. Come on. I love the tenacity, Rio, but it's a foul, mate. Come on. Boxed Will said, so good to be back watching the lads. Hope everybody is well. Excited to see Rio. He's definitely a talent. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Will. 22 months with us as a member. I bet many thought the new players would be playing. I will see some of them in the second half, mate. On the bench, we have both Frimpong and Kerkez. You know, and we've got Giorgi Mamardashvili in goal, so we're seeing some of them. Obviously, the big one, though, is Wirtz. We'll have to wait a little bit longer to see him. Alexander Carl said, when will we see the new kits? August the 1st, sir, is the official release date of the Adidas gear. I don't know, John. Don't know, bro. Or JDDD, sorry. I don't know when Bajcetic might be back. Obviously, he had that hamstring surgery at the end of the season, but not sure exactly when he's back. Sage, Pegasus, dude, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. He said, refreshing watching Rio. He's just fearless. I've said this. Regular viewers of the channel. I'm not even going to finish this sentence, but I'm going to say it and hope somebody knows what I'm talking about. What have I said about young, fearless wingers so many times? I have a penchant for watching a young, fearless winger with pace terrify defenders. It's one of my favourite things to watch in football. When you watch the likes of Yamal, as an example, you tell me that doesn't summarise everything you love about football. You know, just seeing, Trey Leone! Trey doing little pirouettes in the middle of the pitch, leaving the midfield for dead. Young Rio now. Go on. Cuts inside. Go on, Rio. Go on. Shot. Deflection. Unlucky. Go on, Rio. Unlucky. That was... Look at that. Look at that. It was Grav, actually. It was Gravenberg. I thought it was Leone. It was Grav. Oh, Gravenberg dropping a shoulder in midfield. Whole midfield gone like that. Drop of one shoulder, gone. Gone. Gravenberg leaves them all gone for a pint of milk. Oh my days. It was Gravenberg. I thought it was Trey at first, but it was Gravenberg. What a bit of movement there. Woo! Lads. Whoa. I tell you what, if we have a bit of that for Grav this season, I'll take that every day of the week. Salah, oh, he goes down out of the box. So, Bransfield, what do you think disrupted might mean? What has happened that might have disrupted the preseason, bro? We were supposed to be back last Friday, and obviously we had to come back a bit later because of the tragic events. That's what we mean by disrupted. Honestly, like, I could sit there and watch that Ryan Gravenberg turn more than I'd sit here and watch Pornhub. He took the whole midfield out. If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, he took the whole midfield out without really having to do anything except drop his shoulder. It was exquisite. And then set young Rio off down the left. Elk said Rio is so smooth with the ball, potential limits or limitless. Oh, he's incredible. Absolutely incredible, mate. I don't know about that. Pornhub it's not what it used to be, mate. It's not what it used to be. Oh, Chiesa. He's challenged. Oh, still Chiesa. Oh, tries to pick out the far post, drags it wide. That, just a little bit of lack of pace there. Watch. Ball's played over the defender's head. Chiesa takes a touch. The defender gets back at him then, forces Chiesa a bit wide, cuts back onto his left foot, tries to bend it in at that far post, but it goes wide. That perhaps just a little bit of what Fede is lacking there, that little acceleration to get away from the defender. Big Dave says, it just means this transfer window been really good. It has, of course. We've had a great start, mate. Still more to go, though. Diogo Jota song still being sung. Look at that. Group of young travelling Reds there as well. Ball over the top. Giorgi, out you come. Well done. Oh, Bounce nearly did Giorgi dirty there when he came out. Costas. Trey Leone. Soboslai. He pings one out. Looking for Mo. Mo does well. Keeps it in. Salah plays the ball back into the box to Dom. Not much movement ahead of him, so Dom cuts it back inside. Plays it to Gomez. Gomez to Leone. Costas puts in a cross. And it's put behind. Has it? No, he's kept it in. Preston defender actually did well there. Keeps it in. Stevenson charges up, makes the block, but can't quite thread it through to Salah, and it goes behind for a goal kick. What have I thought of Bradley so far? I think he's been impressively. Very telling as well that he's running into the half space. He's not going wide. He's cutting inside with an underlapping run. Definitely a very intentional tactic. Love it. Keep the Diogo love in the chat, folks. Keep it coming. It's very welcome, of course. Stevenson now to Salah. Gravenberch to Trey Morris-Nyoni. Bradley cuts inside again. Look at the space Bradley's in right there now. It's very, very telling that that's his channel. So if you're wondering what I mean when I talk about the half space, think about it as a channel that runs the length of the pitch from the edge of the 6-yard box to the edge of the 18-yard box. Rio! Oh, shot blocked. Salah. Chiesa. Oh, it looks like young Rio wants to get on that score sheet today, folks. He's getting himself in some great positions as well. So yeah, imagine the half space is the edge of the 6-yard box to the edge of the 18-yard box. Draw a line the length of the pitch. That's what I'm talking about in the half space. He's on the shoulder, Rio, every time. Right on the shoulder there, lads. I think so far we're happy with what we're seeing from young Rio. Certainly, he's certainly not shirking responsibility out there at all. Little water break here. Little cooling break. About 24 minutes in. Oh, there's Giovanni van Bronckhorst. It's strange seeing Giovanni van Bronckhorst there, but of course we'll get used to it. One of Arna's new assistants. Having a little chat with Ryan Gravenberch as they get a cooling break. Arna just a little bit of tactical instruction as well now as they get a breather and a drink. How is it weird? It's weird because he's a brand new coach. That's why. Obviously he used to be a head coach himself, I believe, at one point. But certainly a coach. But just another Dutch and a legend of the game as well, Van Bronckhorst. Thomas said Lucas Stevenson doing well. Very well. Very well, mate. I've been really impressed with Stevenson. Just looking at him talking as well, communicating with Joe Gomez, both of them pushing that defensive line up and back. Very, very impressive. He looks like a very assured young man. Chris, have a look at the pin tweet or the pin post, mate, and that'll give you your answer. It's not just Wirtz that's missing. Allison, Virgil, Robertson, Maka, Wirtz, and a few others aren't ready yet to get on the pitch. B said Trainioni is a star. No argument for me, my friend. No argument. How's Chiesa doing? Meh. I don't mean to poo-poo it, but meh is the best I'd say. He's had a couple of half chances. He's done all right. You know, he's not done poorly, but he's a bit lightweight in the challenge. 3 occasions he's been shrugged off the ball where he looked for a free kick. Ref told him to get up. But if you're looking for the positives from this, it's that we look sharp. Ryan Gravenberch, Trainioni look really good. Stevenson looks very accomplished. Young Rio looks like a box of tricks out on the left-hand side. Salah looking good as well. So far, Giorgi looks assured in between the sticks for what he's had to do. Bradley, again, taking up that space, that same channel. There he is again. Look at that. Great work. Great work, lads, tracking back from Trainioni there. Costa's looking decent as well, by the way. Bradley's positions are fascinating. They are, mate. Najid, I mentioned it 3 minutes into the game. It's something. Look, even now where he is, Bradley. Look how advanced he is. You can start to see why where Frimpong as well will be utilised in this system. If he's taken up the same positions Connor Bradley's taken up, he's going to get in and around the action. Cross in. Ooh. Preston defender swung a leg at it, and it kind of inadvertently distracted Szoboszlai then, and it goes behind. Yeah, it's a good run off the shoulder. Yeah, the defender's attempted clearance kind of just threw Dom off. Lewis Wildig said it makes perfect sense what we brought in Frimpong now. That's what I kept saying to everybody over the last few weeks when they said, Craig, what do you think here? How is this person going to play there? I said, we'll have to see how they set up. And now we're starting to get a bit more of an indication of what Arne's going to do. Keeper comes out, gets two hands on it. Strike, blocked. Szoboszlai with a shot from the edge of the box that's blocked. It was certainly on target. Grav under a bit of pressure, so he goes back to Giorgi. So Szoboszlai's been popping up quite a few advanced positions right across the front. Nioni now. Out to Stevenson. To Mo. Salah spreads the ball out. Little bit overhit, trying to spread it from right to left to Costas, but just a little bit too much on it for Mo. So, look, you know me. I don't want to overhype players, but if Rio doesn't win the Ballon d'Or this year, then football's gone. Just give it to him now. Him and Yamal, that's it. That's the future. Football's sorted out. Lamine Yamal, young Rio, that's it. That's the future of football. Throw in a little bit of Gavi and Pedri maybe as well. A little bit of Trey Nioni. Why not while we're at it? Is there a stream tonight? I don't know, Archie. I don't know what me and Connor decided in the end. We're either going to do a stream after the Club World Cup final, or we'll do a video. I'm not sure what we landed on in the end, to be honest with you, but there'll be something tonight. Just keep an eye on the notifications. You know me, I can't go a few hours without my Anfield Agenda love, so... Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, lads, it's back. Football's back. Football's back. Chelsea going to lose by a lot tonight. It could be happening. Honestly, it could be happening. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm worried. I'm worried. Rio, go on. Costas, back to Rio. Meep, meep. Can we call Rio Roadrunner? Because that's what he reminds me of. Every time he gets the ball, I'm hearing him go, meep, meep. Roadrunner Rio. There we go. How's Mamardashvili doing? He's looked alright, you know. He's looked alright. Horace said, I'm not worried if I'm honest. I think we have a good chance. So, your midfield's incredible. Chelsea is a very good midfield, bro. No denying that. But that defence would worry me. It honestly, like, that PSG team, if they're on it, they are scary good. And your defence would be the thing that will concern me. Because your midfield's legit. Really good, like, no argument about that. Here we go again. Meep, meep. Back to Trey Nioni. Oof, unlucky. Unlucky. Lads, I forgot how good Trey was. Honestly, we know he's good, but I forgot just how polished he looks. What's the reason that Wirtz isn't there today? He said he refused to go to Preston, mate. He said, I'm not fucking having it. It's a kip. I'm not going there. No, it's just he's not ready, bro. He's not ready. Himself, Virgil, Maka, Ali, Robbo, and a few others aren't ready. Feels good to hear the fans roaring again. Yeah, it does. I wondered how today was going to go. You know, was it going to be a somber affair? But it's a celebration, and that's honestly beautiful. It's a celebration of the Ogo, of good football, of football being back. And I want to say as well, sincerely from the heart, to Preston and their fans, and as a club, thank you for the beautiful show of respect, for the outpouring of love for Diogo, and for a wonderful way to honour him. Chiesa, ball inside, Salah, goal! Goal! Is the flag up? Flag might be up. Or is it? Or is it a goal? I don't know. What's going on? Is it a goal? Is the flag up? Is it 1-0? Bradley, if it is, by the way. Yeah, it is a goal. Sorry, just obviously there's no celebration. But Conor Bradley with the first goal of pre-season. We talked about those positions he was getting in. That's exactly where he was. In that same space. So Rio gets the ball inside. Rolls it to Fede. He tries to go around the outside. Pulls it back. Szoboszlai flicks it. And yeah, there's Bradley. Definitely no problem with offside there. Player was just on the line with the keeper. So yeah, Conor Bradley with the first goal of pre-season. Assist, I believe, from Dominic Szoboszlai. And the Reds are 1-0 up. Now, I don't know if I have to change this score or if it's done automatically. I'm waiting for Conor to tell me that. Conor, I don't know. Oh, he's slow updating. Yeah, it will change. Obviously, with it being pre-season, our back-end system still working it out. Still hasn't updated. There we go. There's the goal now. So obviously we work with an automated back-end system now. It's just a little bit slow updating there. Somebody said, is anybody else having issues with YouTube ads? My screen just freezes when it goes to an ad. So I've had some issues, Carson, with YouTube myself, even as a creator, where it boots me off halfway through, just boots me out. So, first goal of pre-season scored by Conor Bradley, and in that space we talked about as well. And we'll get to see Frimpong in the second half, so will Jeremie start to, again, keep that same half-space run? If so, you can totally see, as one of our friends said earlier on, why what we're thinking. It's so exciting, honestly. This first half has got me incredibly excited for what's ahead. Conor Bradley, the man who is in Kylian Mbappe's nightmares. Every time Mbappe goes to sleep, I have it on good authority, he wakes up in a cold sweat screaming, Bradley! After that challenge. Still not ready, Ronald, after the hamstring surgery at the end of the season, mate. Still not ready just yet. Itachi said, good, these watchalongs are back. He'll never walk alone. Thank you, sir. It's great to be back, all right. It's where I feel my most comfortable on a watch-along. Jay's Mighty Red said, love this channel. This channel loves you, bro. And all of you, thank you for being here with us today. You know, you could be anywhere, but you're here with us. And as Jay-Z would say, I appreciate that. Yeah, I did just put myself in the same category there as Jay-Z. What of it? Josh, how are we, dude? Josh Black said, keep Fede and start him up front. Love it. Well, I'll tell you what, my man, this first 37 has been enjoyable as a fan to sit and watch. Craig Z, there you go. There you go. La da 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 da, it's the motherfucking CRAIG. Whoop whoop, motherfuckers. La da 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 da. I'll just rob Still Dre and just change it to it's the CRAIG. Preston keeper comes out, fists that corner away. Gravenberg. Back to Costas. It's a bit deep, that Costas. Goes behind. Bow, 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 bow. Being the team tune, that's to be a new intro for the shows. I sing that in my house ever since that came out. Ever since 2001 album came out, and I had it when I was younger. I've always only ever sung it. It's the motherfucking CRAIG. Whoop whoop. I'm not even joking. Going around my house, if that song's on, that's what I'll be singing. Costas does well. And now it's going to be in your heads. So you're welcome. Wes, how are we, Wes? Thank you for 18 months with us, bro. Said, curious what plans Salah has for Rio this season. Is he too young to come into the first team? Well, from what I understand, Wes, the plan was to watch him in pre-season and see how he gets on. And I think we can all agree so far, so good in that front. No, it's early days, but it doesn't look out of place out there at all, my man, does he? Right, Bradley now. Back to Dom. Soboslai, by the way, has looked very sharp as well in this opening 40 minutes. Stevenson, who's had a very good outing as well. With Connor Bradley now, back to Stevenson. Bradley. Craig, will there be a new green screen behind you for the 25-26? Unsure yet. We haven't actually decided whether we're going to change the green screen backdrop yet or keep it. I like it. I feel like there's a little bit more life left in it, but maybe we do a bit of a mix-up. Maybe we give ourselves another option or something. We'll discuss that over the next week or two. Have we got a good amount of other preseason games? So we've got this game, then there's a gap of about 10 days. Then obviously play AC Milan in Hong Kong. Then they play Yokohama Marinos. And then we've got a double header against Athletic Club Bilbao. So what's that, 5 games in all? Stevenson fell there. Free kick Liverpool, just on the edge of our own 18-yard box. Stevenson has a bit of a bang on the top of the head here. The referee's just coming over to check on him. Preston player graciously tries to help him back up, but Stevenson not ready yet. He just needs another minute to compose himself. Why do we have 2 games on the same day? I guess it's because at that point, because it's the end of the preseason, they probably want to try and give as close to a full 90 to everybody as possible. So going back to back will allow them to probably do that. We did it last year as well. But I think that's probably the reasoning behind it. You know, it's very close to getting to the... And of course, we've got the Community Shield as well. Ooh! Preston nearly snuck in with an equaliser there. Ball was played across. Somehow Preston player gets in between 2 Liverpool's defenders, just on the edge of that 6-yard box. Watch. Kind of gets it in front of Joe. Ooh, and tries to toe poke it, and he's probably only 4 yards out when he toe pokes this, but thankfully for us, he doesn't steer it on target. Luke, the goal was scored by Conor Bradley, mate, with the assist from Dominic Soboslai, and pre-assist, if you want to go with that, from Fede. Yes, Costas. Lovely little drop of the shoulder, fella. That's a decent ball in the end. Salah heads it back to Bradley. Bradley in possession now, centre of the park. Out to Nioni. Back to Stevenson. Ball into the channel there as well, looking for Soboslai. Bounce just eludes him there a little bit. Preston keeper plays it back out right side. Liverpool subs warming up now on that far side, probably ahead of a second half outing for a lot of them. Costas lose control, inadvertently gives the ball back to a Preston player. Preston now moving it right to left where they have a bit of space. Bradley calls in Gravenberg to give him some help. Yes, Bradley. Good challenge. Preston corner. I think, Duncan, it is your speakers, mate. My audio bar shows me I'm not peaking, so I think it might be your speakers, mate. Or maybe, I don't know if you're hearing the fan I have in the background or something. Preston play the ball in deep. Giorgi comes out, gets a good strong hand on it. And it'll be a Preston throw-in on the far side. What do I think of Costas? I think he's done well. Yeah, he's looked bright today. I don't really have many negative things to say about anybody out there on the pitch today, if I'm being honest. You know, I think they've all looked okay. Some of them pretty good. Daniel, appreciate you, Daniel Fro. Thank you, mate. Oh, deep throw. Oh, deep throw. Preston get a flick on, then a second header. And again, it just dips, thankfully for us, over the crossbar and onto the top of the net. So it's a long throw in. Flick on, and then the second header, but thankfully for us, it drops over Mamardashvili's crossbar. Not much in it, though. What happened to the work uniform, Craig? Can't be doing business polos. Yeah, I know. But, you know, man needs to survive here. And I'm still on brand. It's Adidas, you know. This is Craig formal attire. Doom, 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 doom. 2 minutes added on. Corner to Preston, far side. Ball played deep. And again, Preston player runs around the back of the Liverpool defence, tries to side foot it back in play, but it goes over the crossbar. Goal kick Liverpool. Could there still be a small chance Darwin stays? Sure. Costas. Oh, lovely ball that over the top. Looking for Salah. Keeper read it well, though. Good ball. We went direct there, straight over the top. Good goalkeeping from the Preston keeper. But yeah, Salah was almost in there. Bradley. Flicked it out, looking for Salah. Oh, unlucky. Fede almost won the second ball. Preston now with a bit of a break. Lots of pace from this left winger. Stevenson comes across, gets the block in, ball goes behind. That should be half-time, referee. Where are you getting the extra time here? Get that whistle in your mouth, referee. We've already gone past the 2 minutes. So referee's obviously allowing the corner to be taken. Should be the last bit of action of the first half. Ball goes all the way through on the far side. Referee blows up for half-time. It is half-time, ladies and gentlemen, at Deepdale, and it's Liverpool 1-0 up. Conor Bradley with the goal. Some of the Liverpool players there just again applauding the travelling cop for their fantastic support and tributes to Diogo during the first 45. Right, let's talk about that first half. So, for me, let's run through the team then. And we'll start with Giorgi Mamardashvili. I thought he had a very accomplished first 45. Didn't really have too much to do, but didn't do anything wrong. Right back, I think Conor Bradley's looked very good. Again, really interesting to see the channels and the lines that he's taken up in that half space. Stevenson alongside him for a young centre-back, for a young defensive midfielder, actually. He's looking pretty good. On the other side of him, Joe Gomez. Look, we know what Joe is about. You're never really going to have too many complaints if Joe's on the pitch. Left side, Costas, I think, had a good 45 minutes there. Looked more than capable, getting in some good positions, some good crossfield balls as well. Into midfield then, look, nothing but praise to talk about there. Szoboszlai, Nioni, incredible. Gravenberch probably with the moment of the first half with that drop of the shoulder in midfield. Absolutely just top-notch from him. Into the attack then, obviously Rio absolutely sensational down that left, looking like a bag of tricks. Salah on the right-hand side, you know all about Mo. And then through the centre, I don't know if I'm being a little bit overly critical here, but I wasn't blown away by Fede in that first 45. He looked a bit... He didn't look on it. He didn't look at the same preparedness, the same level as some of the other players. He looked just that little bit off to me, which again, for a player that hasn't had much football, is understandable. Right, so let's run through some of the stats from that one. I'm going to turn this fan off for a minute. So let's run through some of the stats from the first half. So possession, 64% to Liverpool, 36% to Preston, 7 shots for Liverpool. No goalkeeper saves. For us, 1 for Preston, 4 shots for them. Corner kicks, 3 apiece. Passes, 283 for Liverpool, 157 for Preston. Pretty much it with the stats. Time for the Uruguayan goat. I can think of another animal that I would put in there instead of a goat, but is Chiesa on the pitch? He was, yeah. Look, he was involved in some moments. I think you can see that he's not sharp. Oh no, I need that fan back on there. Quick, smart. Yeah, I very quickly realised when I turned the fan off I needed it back on. I'm excited for Kerkez and Frimpong, as am I. I can't wait to see Frimpong attacking that space that Bradley was utilising. Will I watch the final tomorrow? You mean today, Petter? Stevenson has impressed at Nomad. Yep, he's been really good. He has. He's been really good, mate. I don't really have any complaints about that first 45 minutes of being very impressive. And especially from young Rio, I think he's looked incredible. I agree with everybody as well who's heaping praise on Stevenson. I think he looked very good. Yeah, no complaints from me about that first 45. I very much enjoyed it. Who's on the bench? No probs. We'll have a look at the bench for you now. Let you know who you can expect in the second half. Right, 1 second, my friend. Right, here we go. So, Liverpool bench has 2 goalkeepers on it, Woodman and Petrie. Then there's Endo, Darwin, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Doak, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nalo, Kumas, Morrison, Pilling. So, Woodman, Petrie, Endo, Nunez, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Dowick, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nalo, Kumas, Morrison, Pilling. That is the Liverpool bench. People saying Darwin shouldn't play, Darwin needs to sit. No, look, I respectfully disagree. Darwin deserves, he's a Liverpool player. He deserves a full pre-season and the same opportunities as everybody else. If he moves on, he moves on, fair enough. But I think as of right now, he's a Liverpool player and he deserves to go out there and get minutes, same as anybody else, you know. And also, maybe putting him in the shop window and a little reminder, if he comes on, bangs in a goal, maybe, you know, we can get a bit more interest, or I don't know. But, you know, I do want him to leave and I do think he will leave, but he deserves to be treated the same as every other Liverpool player. LFC Gamer and Vlog said, I've had the fan on as well and it's made no bloody difference. It's tough, man. I'm sitting here and I've got lights all around me. Lights at my feet, lights over my head. I'm melting here. Will I watch the final tonight? Absolutely, Petter. Very interesting game to sit back and watch as a neutral. So I will be tuning in for that 100%. Connor said, Rio will still only be 21 in 2030. That's scary. That's scary to think, Connor. Still can't hear out my right ear, by the way. I'm going to have a little drinky poo. This thing really does keep water cold. That's freezing still. Lovely jubbly. So Adidas. Need some aircon. I live in Ireland, mate. Can't justify aircon over in Ireland for the 4 days every 2 years we might need it. Are we any closer to knowing who's Grav's backup? I don't think so, because I don't think Trey will be kept around. I think he'll have a loan. So, you know, no McConnell today either, so we won't get a look at him. So again, for those people asking, a load of players, Wirtz being one of them, aren't ready yet. You know, because pre-season was delayed, the start back was delayed a little bit. So the likes of Maka, Wirtz, Virgil, Robbo, McConnell, Allison, none of them are involved today. Bajcetic obviously not back yet either. So nothing to be concerned about, no injury worries or anything like that. Just with Liverpool's pre-season being a bit disrupted and starting a little bit later, the decision was made to be cautious with some of the players. Robbo on the bench, though. Yes, he is, sorry. Robbo is. So the bench, the players who aren't, Connor has put it into the chat there somewhere. The players on the bench that are available are Woodman, Petchy, Endo, Nunez, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Dowick, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nalo, Kumas, Morrison and Pilling. Scotland national team said, get the Dowick on and you'll think he will stay. Look, I'm a fan of Ben Dowick, mate. Know very much so that he's a good player that will get the ball and run at people. And I'm looking forward to seeing him on the pitch. So I very much hope we see Ben Dowick in the second half. What do you think we'll do with Rio next season? I get the feeling he'll be kept around. But see, I view him as the crown jewel in Liverpool's up-and-coming players. And if I'm Arna, I'm wanting to bring him directly into the first team eventually without a loan. So it's just a matter of easing him in. Maybe you start giving him 10 at the end of a game we're up in. Maybe then you give him a League Cup game. But either way, I would want his development to be in my hands if I was Arna. And I guess, my guess is that will be the case, but it is just a guess. I trust Slot to manage the players in every way, said Liz, as do I. You know, it would have been lovely to see Wirtz today as an example, but all good things come to those who wait, so we'll see him eventually. Shout out to Monica and Paul. There we go, Monica. My pleasure, and lovely to have you both in. I hope you're well. Right, ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you a small little tiny human favour? If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're 169 away from getting to the next 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please do take a little second. You're all very welcome in. It's a pleasure to be back with you for pre-season. Could I show us the 11? Why? It's going to change now, mate. You know, the 11 that was out in the first half, which was on screen the whole first half of the game, will be different in the second half. So the first half was Giorgi, Mamardashvili, Gomez, Szoboszlai, Salah, Chiesa, Costas, Gravenberch, Rio, Bradley, Stevenson, Leone. PJ said, I've never been this excited for a reason. There's so much potential in the team. Will Wirtz and the boys be ready for Milan? Yeah, they will, mate. They will. You know, if this game had been a couple of days later, you may have seen them. But obviously the club just want to be cautious, and I totally understand that. Who'll be the 3 starting midfielders for most games? I'd a guess, Lee, because we don't know, again, what system or whether we're going to go with a real 9 or a false 9. So my guess is that we'll see something like, obviously Gravenberch won't be there for the opening game because he's suspended, but other than that, Gravenberch, Maka, Wirtz. But if he uses a false 9, then you probably have a way to get Wirtz and Szoboszlai both on the pitch. What goal-scoring striker should we sign? Whoever the manager wants. I know that sounds simplistic to say, but whoever Arna wants, I'm happy with. You know, like we got one bit of news earlier on today. I'll just quickly talk to you about it. So, Rousing the Cop and Graham Bailey have said that Benjamin Sesko's agent has contacted Liverpool to offer them the attacker after Arsenal pulled out of the race. Now, I don't know if this means anything to Liverpool. I don't know if Liverpool have any intention of talking to RB Leipzig. I don't know, but it's another option, right? Because we're still trying to figure out who that target is. Is it going to be Hugo Ekitike? Don't know. Danny said, Craig, Rio's the best teenager in the world. I mean, I think Yamal might have something to say about that, but he's a very exciting talent, Danny, definitely. I saw that Liverpool won the swap deal with Newcastle for Isak. I'm sure, yes. I'm sure. Like I know I think it was the Telegraph. There was certainly a report that said what you mentioned, but anything to get the price down, I would imagine, yes, could be utilised there. So whether that's a player in a deal or whatever, let's wait and see. I just don't know what Liverpool are doing up top, so I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, yes, expect X or Y. I really don't know. So again, people are asking where players are without trying to be rude. If they aren't in the squad, then clearly they're not ready. I don't know exactly where Jayden Danns is at with his recovery, but like we've said, there are some players who aren't being risked yet. There are some players who aren't ready yet. And all I can say is if they're not in the matchday squad, they're either not at the level Arna wants to give them minutes yet, or they're just not back in pre-season yet. Mythical Returns, how are we, my friend? Said, hey Craig, hope you're doing well. Great to see the Reds back playing again. Rio and Trey look really good. They do. Milos coming on though for the second half. We'll be seeing a little bit of Milos Kerkez. As I mentioned, Preston probably a little bit further along in their pre-season than us. I think the championship starts a bit earlier. Jeremie Frimpong out there as well for the second half. Thoughts on Frimpong versus Bradley starting right back? I don't know yet. Ask me in 45 minutes, Padge, when I've had a look at Frimpong, but it was very interesting to look at the positions and the areas that Conor Bradley was breaking forward in, very narrow, running the half-space channel, but running effectively. And it was also interesting to see Stevenson then just step back across to provide that cover when we shifted to pretty much a back three. Right, so second half 11, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Woodman, Endo, Darwin, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Dowick, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nalo, Kumas. So that's going to be the Liverpool 11 for the second half. Woodman, Endo, Nunez, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Dowick, Kerkez, Frimpong, Nalo, Kumas. And thank you, Connor, for sending that on. And Mark as well. Hate to be disrespectful. Who comes in for Jota's place with Nunez leaving? Ekatike, Isak, and the other striker targets we're all linked to. I would imagine, at a guess, mate, I would expect one centre forward and one utility forward. If Diaz leaves, maybe another comes in. But you are right, and I know it's tough to speak about Jota's place in the squad, but we have to be pragmatic about it as well, and we do need to solve that issue. I just don't know, mate. Yeah, exactly what's going to happen, but the club couldn't have planned for this, obviously. Right, second half about to get underway. Liverpool playing from right to left, as I mentioned, a completely changed Liverpool 11 here for the second half. We're underway. We are underway, second half. I have to get used to all these numbers all over again for some of the players. Dowick obviously operating on that right side. We can see that nice and early. Just trying to keep track of everything. It's weird seeing Darwin without a ponytail or a man bun as well, but, you know, I've always said it. Shorter hair, bald is better. Right, ball back to Woodman. Makes a long clearance. Gakpo wins the header. Go on, chase. Go on, chase it down. What's this one? Cameron said 57 Frimpong's number for the season. No, it's not. So I'll read this out to you, my man. Give me 2 seconds. So some temporary squad numbers have been given out for pre-season. Mamardashvili will have 55, Woodman 56, Kerkez 57, Wirtz 58, Frimpong 59, and Pechi 60, but they're temporary until the squad announcement numbers are made later. So these are just temporary numbers for some of those new players. When do I think Liverpool will return to buying? Well, we need a centre-back. So once we get a centre-back in, which I think we'll start to move for soon, then we may see some sales like we expected, and then maybe a striker brought in. But I would expect the centre-back position to be the next one we look to bring in, because we need one, right? We've lost one in Canade. Well, we don't know what's happening there. Who's our captain? Good question. For the second half, who is the captain? Do we have? I would imagine it's Robertson. Just looking at the team, I'd imagine it's Robbo. Who's playing centre-back, by the way. Speaking of Robbo, here he is now. Kerkez. Just trying to watch the movement of Frimpong here. Picks up the ball, tries to play it through, but it's intercepted. Come on, boys. I will sync up for everybody. Oh, actually, I'll do it now. We are coming up towards 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just tuned in. How are the boys looking? It was a really good first half, Jack. Really, really good first half, mate. Very impressed with it. Gakpo. Curtis Jones. Pressure comes on him, so he goes back to his keeper. Woodman. Out right side, Jeremie Frimpong. Doak. Overhits the ball to Frimpong. Gives it away. Liverpool have to try win it back. Nalo done just enough to put off the Preston attacker. Woodman then rolls it out to Endo. Jones. Out to Kerkez. Go on, Milos. Go on. To Cody Gakpo. Cody cuts inside. Again, though, just that final ball was a little bit misplaced. Lads just still getting to grips with each other out here. A whole new 11 for the second half. Robbo, who's playing left-sided centre-back. Well done, Woodman. Nice little chip over the attacker to Andy Robertson. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad somebody else brought it up. Yeah, Gakpo having blonde hair is very... it's taking a minute to get used to, isn't it? I was like, huh? Who's this? But yeah, Gakpo with blonde hair is definitely taking a minute to get used to. How was Salah playing first half? He looked okay. He looked all right. No complaints. It was a good first half performance for most of the lads out there. Right, Woodman. To Robbo. Kerkez. To Cody. Back to Milos. It's interesting seeing how advanced here Jones is. He just dropped back into the space there. Liverpool look to play into the left channel of Cody Gakpo. I think there was an offside there against Cody Gakpo. There was. Preston got on with it quickly. I think Cody told his brother if they won the league, he'd dye his hair. Nice, nice. Love when somebody actually keeps up with their forfeits. Well done, Cody. Kerkez. To Cody. Andy Robertson. Nothing on there, so he's back to Woodman. So it's obviously Nalo right side centre back, Robbo left side centre back, Kerkez, Frimpong in the full back positions. Good distribution that from Woodman. Cody takes a heavy touch though and allows the Preston player to win it back. Keep pressing, boys. Go on. Don't let him out. Preston have managed to get around the press. Now they work it into the left channel. Frimpong goes across. Here we go. First chance to have a look defensively. He scared the shit out of the attacker so much that the attacker just put the ball out of play. He didn't want any of that Frimpong smoke. None of it. Who's to blame? Thank you, mate. Said, hope you guys win the league for Jota, United fan. Appreciate you. And it's 2-0. Darwin Núñez scores. Jota celebration. Well done, Darwin, on the celebration. Well done on the goal. 2-0 Liverpool. Darwin Núñez with the goal. And he gets a double Jota celebration. Fair play, kid. Fair play. So we gave both the Diogo Jota celebrations. Well done, Darwin. Fair play. Obviously says has a little prayer moment as well. It is now 2-0. Darwin Núñez with the second goal for Liverpool. Let's have a look at it. So Liverpool win the ball back. Oh, it's an underhit back pass. Darwin reads it really well. Goes to the right of the goalkeeper. Finds the angle and slots it into the open goal. Bit of a nightmare moment after the Preston centre-back. But fair play to Darwin. He latched onto it like a striker should. Went to the right side of the keeper and placed it into the open goal and then proceeds to do a double Diogo Jota celebration. Fair play. And a good moment there for Darwin. So 2-0 Liverpool. I love when career mode signings come. I bought Milos. Well played, Lewis. Well played. It's the buzz cut. Look, I've said it time and time again. You go bald, you get better. It's a scientific fact. You know, I went bald and then my career started to go in the right direction. Right, Preston now on the attack. Offside flag goes up though. Good save from Woodman. He didn't know that he had to. The flag had gone up, but he still made the good save. Maybe the haircut. It's 100% the haircut. 100%. If he went full bald like Craig bald, Ballon d'Or, Ballon Darwin is what we'd be talking about if he went bald. I'll tell you what's impressed me. Woodman's distribution has impressed me. He's had a couple of tricky moments and he's always managed to find the right ball out as well. Connor said, I hope Saudi aren't watching this and try to take our talisman off us for a very high fee. That'd be horrible. Kerkez. To Cody Gakpo. Back to Milos. Jones. Doak. Gakpo now, left channel. Goes round the outside. Cuts back inside. Good challenge on him, to be fair. Defender won the ball. Oh, Robbo's been done here. Preston attacker spins away from him. Robbo tries to get back. Does enough to put him off. Does just enough, Robbo, to put him off. Slices the shot wide. No trouble for Woodman. It's like a reverse Samson. Exactly, Hayden. Exactly. It's been proven in history. You know, get rid of the hair, go bald, look mean and aggressive, and, you know, things open up for you. Life changes. Strike there. Keeper does well to hold on to it. I think it was Curtis Jones with the strike. Tom said, if we can't sell Nunes, where do we stand with him? I believe the majority of people want to say he's not cut out for Liverpool, but if we can't sell, we will sell. Don't worry about it. He'll be sold. So there's still interest from Al Hilal. There's still interest from a couple of other sides, and Napoli hasn't, as of yet, signed that striker from Udinese. But the plan has always been to sell him, and I don't think it's changed. But that being said, like I said all the way through, he deserves the preseason like anybody else at the club. And he's done no harm latching on to that, finished it well. You would expect him to score it, but he did exactly what you would expect. So, well done. Ooh, bit of a bobble there for the keeper. That's a free kick, yeah. Gakpo brought down, gets there ahead of the defender, gets a little touch on it. Defender tries to challenge back at him, but brings him down. So this is a good shootable position for Liverpool. Wonder, Frimpong, who are we saying, lads? Who are we giving this to? Who's taking this? It suits the right footer. Darwin lining it up with Cody Gakpo, I think. Yeah, Darwin and Gakpo standing over it. It's about 21, 22 yards out, slightly left of centre. Suitable for a right footer, all right. Darwin steps up. Goal kick. If they had a stacked the goal on top of the goal, that might have just crept in. But, you know. Rory said, just arrived in Liverpool this morning, watching the game in the pub, already been in tears, but Nunes celebration done me in. Yeah, the double celebration from Darwin for Diogo was a lovely touch. And I hope things are okay. I know you're over to help out the young lady. I hope things are okay, my man. How did Chiesa play? This is going to sound harsh, but I don't really mean it to. He's probably the least impressive of the first 45 starters for me. Just he looked like he still had some catching up to do. Didn't look sharp, but again, not unexpected. I mean, I don't know what. Thank you, Tom. I'd rather keep Nunes than Hugo come in, get Isak in a year. Yeah, okay. I agree with everybody who says Isak in a year isn't feasible. I agree. I think now, I don't mean to go full Real Madrid on this, but it feels like it's a now or never for Isak with us. I think I agree with people in a year's time. It's probably too far. Yeah, I would agree. If it doesn't happen this summer, I don't expect it to happen. Chiesa was better than Salah. Disagree. I thought Chiesa looked lightweight in challenges. 3 times fell under the shoulder challenge. A few mishit passes. I thought Salah looked a bit sharper. But again, not to disrespect anyone, that first 45 was an impressive first 45 minutes. Certainly, we looked sharper than I expected us. I think it's more a case of the positives from that than the negatives from the first 45. I mean, Stevenson, really good. Trainioni, Gravenberg looked really, really sharp. Young Rio, brilliant as well. I took nothing but really, good positive things from that first 45. Jones now in possession. Back to Robbo. Ekatike or Isak? Look, if Isak was an option, mate, Isak every day. But I just haven't watched enough of Ekatike to know if he's good enough or not. But I fully trust the club to make the right decision. Jack said Nunes free kick, Craig's only reaction, goal kick. I'm trying to be polite. I know some people still have ambitions of Darwin doing well. I don't, so I'm trying to be respectful. The only reason that free kick didn't go in was because of the 5 million quid. Gakpo, unlucky. Very typical Cody Gakpo move there. Moves across the front of the 18-yard box. Just tries to drag the shot back across to catch the keeper out of the near post. Just not enough power really on the shot. You just don't have to be a bully. I'm not a bully. But you can disappear. Kumas, ball inside to Darwin. Slightly heavy touch, but he was under pressure from a defender as well, who wins the ball back. It's with the Preston keeper. Certainly doesn't feel that Frimpong is playing the position in the same way that he had Bradley playing it. He looks a little bit more reserved in the way that Frimpong, the positions he's taken up. Would everyone agree with that one? Like in the first half, you could see Bradley making a lot of runs through that inside channel. Second half, Frimpong looks a little bit more like a normal right back, a little bit deeper. Gakpo now spins inside. Endo has the ball. Out to Frimpong, right side. Out to Ben Doak. We just haven't really used as much of the right channel, I don't think, in the second half. Endo to Milos Kerkez. It's a little bit behind him, so he has to go behind. Plays it out left side to Darwin. Back into Endo. Little one through. Gakpo goes down. Referee says nothing doing. Yes, Jeremie. Good tracking back. Good defensive work there from Jeremie Frimpong to disrupt the Preston counter-attack and win the ball back. Well done, young man. Jones. Out to Frimpong. To Doak. A little bit too much zip on that. Bounces up off Doak's knee. It'll be a throw-in. Gakpo. Goal kick. He could have had 3 goals on top of each other and that probably still wouldn't have gone in from Cody. Trent or Frimpong. That's too early to be asking for those type of decisions, my man. Too early, you know. Right, we're at about 66 minutes, 66 and a half minutes gone. Currently Preston 0, Liverpool 2. Connor Bradley with a goal in the first half. Darwin Núñez with a goal in the second half. Sees Liverpool have a bit of a lead. Feels like the intensity in the second half has dropped a bit from Liverpool compared to the first half. We seem to be a lot more direct, maybe is that the right word? We certainly seem to have a lot more aggression in the first 45, or maybe we're just finding space better. Isak or Gyökeres? Isak every day of the week. I don't get this Gyökeres nonsense that people go on with. He scores goals in Portugal and he's scored for Coventry. People go on like he's Ballon d'Or contender. Gyökeres has not proven himself yet at a high enough level. He might very well do it, but Isak every day of the week. Who'll win the lactate acid test this year? Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't be going against Frimpong by the looks of it anyway, but Bradley will be in there as well. Yeah, I don't know who wins it. Obviously, it used to be James Milner every single year, but could be Frimpong. Could be Kerkez as well. You'd imagine aerobically, with him being a swimmer in his early days, that he'd have a pretty good lung capacity as well. Who will be Liverpool's new vice captain? Not sure, Ryan. I don't know if there's been an official announcement yet on that one. Plenty of candidates, obviously. Plenty of good leaders out there. Whereas Elliott himself and Tyler Morton and, well, obviously Quanta's not a Liverpool player anymore. They were obviously playing with the England under-21s, so they didn't have a summer holiday yet. So the likes of Harvey Elliott and Tyler Morton still on their summer vacation after winning the under-21 Euros. What is this channel? It block messages of Núñez, why people hate him. Well, firstly, what is this channel? Is the #1 Liverpool fan channel on the internet, bro, bar none. And secondly, you're free to write any message you want about Núñez. I haven't blocked a single message you've written, have I? Now, are you going to continue to cry like a little bitch, or would you like to have a proper conversation? Darwin's going, mate. You can love him, masturbate over him, wear your Darwin pajamas, do whatever you want for the next couple of weeks while he's still here. But he won't be here by the end of the transfer window, and he isn't good enough. And that isn't up for debate. So cry arse in the comments all you want. And what is this channel? It's full of people who aren't deluded like your good self, my man, who actually understand he ain't good enough. Simple as that. But you carry on. I don't think Dan's is fit enough yet, my man. I don't think he's fit enough yet. I would love to see Jayden Dan's out there as well, but oh, lovely little drop of the shoulder from Ben Doak. Go on, Ben. Unlucky. Tried to pull it back. Gakpo made a late break to the edge of the 18-yard box. Doak tried to pull it back towards him, but Preston player just about got a toe in. Did I see the women's tennis final? I didn't watch it, Will, but I'd seen that it was 2 bagels. 6-love, 6-love. Yeah. Very one-sided final, but congratulations to Iga for winning it. Jones. Frimpong out wide right. Nothing on for him, so he goes back to Robbo. Robbo out to Kerkez. Slips ball through, looking for Darwin. Lovely ball. Good run from Darwin across the angle. Kerkez turns one way, then the other. Go on, Milos. Oh, look, he got a bit of a bang to the face. Referee gives Liverpool a free kick. Good movement, that. Darwin made a nice diagonal run across the back in the blind side of the defender. Dragged a little bit wide, but good movement. And again, good spot from Kerkez, who then gets fouled. Free kick. That Jeremie pace showing a certain snake how to defend, said Lewis. Fang said hello from Singapore. How are we, my friend? Welcome in. Nice to have you. Right, folks, we're 98 subscribers away from getting to 332,000. If you haven't subscribed and you have a second, please do hit that button for us. So far, it is Preston North End 0, Liverpool 2. Darwin Núñez with the second goal, a good finish, rounded the keeper and slotted it in. And in the first half, it was Mr. Conor Bradley with the first goal of pre-season. Offside flag goes up there against Liverpool players. Preston player tries to take the free kick about 15 yards further forward. Is Wirtz on the bench? No, not today, mate. Some of the senior players like Diaz, Virgil, Maka, Allison, Wirtz, and a few others aren't ready just yet. Obviously, pre-season was delayed by a few days. So they aren't there just yet, and the club wanted to take no chances. Doak to Kumas. Milos. Robbo. Young Kumas has been fairly quiet in this second half. Haven't really seen him too involved yet. Again, though it goes to the ground, referee says get up. Well done. Well done. Good work. Nalo does well there, mopping up. Who's right back? Frimpong, mate. So Frimpong right back, Kerkez left back, Nalo and Robbo are the two centre backs. Then in midfield you've got Endo, Jones, and who's our third midfielder? Kumas is on the left. Actually it's Kumas who's the other midfielder. Then it's Gakpo, Doak, and Darwin through the centre. Mukrab said, Craig, Kumas has been great. Maybe I'm just not spotting him, mate, but haven't noticed much of him now. Again, I'm absolutely hoping to that being me just not paying enough attention. Kerkez, Gakpo, Jones. Good vision, good spread across from Curtis to Jeremie Frimpong. A little bit of a heavy touch there allows the defender to get at him, and it goes out for Liverpool throw-in. What sponsors are on the shirts? Our usual ones, Standard Chartered and Spud Brothers for them. David said, no disrespect, but Doak and Kumas need to be sold, not up to the level. I've had enough loans. Look, I've said, I don't know what the plan is with Kumas, like I've mentioned, but the plan was always to sell Doak. Here we go. Kumas pulls it back. Endo. Oh! Kumas shot blocked. Drops. Jones blocked. I don't know how we didn't get a third there. Just chance after a flag goes up for offside eventually in the end. But a couple of good blocks in there from some Preston players. Why the different pronunciation of Ben Doak? I don't understand what you're saying. Would you like... I'm trying to pronounce his name correctly. It's D-O-A-K, Doak. What do you want me to pronounce it as? Preston trying to play through the lines. Good challenge from Jones. Well done, Endo, as well. But it's not Doak. It's Doak. In the States, Doak will be pronounced Doak. Yeah, but we're not in the fucking States, are we? In the States, my name's pronounced Craig, but that ain't my name. My name's Craig, but you guys pronounce it Craig. Why am I timed out? I think you've answered your own question with writing the fucking words that you're not timed out, genius. It was definitely a penalty, by the way. Refs had a mare there. Liverpool should have had a penalty, but referee just didn't want to give it. You're right. All the chat is right. It was a penalty, and the ref just didn't want to give it. Kelly, how are we, my friend? Afternoon, young Craig. Any ideas if our next two friendlies will be televised? They will. They're both on LFC TV, Kelly. 12:30 for the game against AC Milan, and I think it's 11:30 a.m. if my memory's right, for the game against Yokohama Marinos. It's Scottish and it's pronounced Doak. How about go fuck yourself? The fucking state, the absolute arrogance of some of you clowns in the chat. Just do one. I'm Scottish, I don't give a fuck. I mispronounced a name. Get over it. Get a fucking life. He won't be here next season anyway, so I'll be saying nothing. I'll be just calling him Ben, who plays for somebody else. The state of it, like. He's nothing better to be moaning about, no? Jesus. If I was to be as moany and cry-arsed about the amount of people who mispronounce and misspell my name on a regular basis, I'd never have anything else to say. But I don't bother with it because it's so unimportant. The Ogojana banner just passing along in front of the travelling cop there now. If someone mispronounces Irish names, we go mad though. Do we? I don't remember going mad about anybody mispronouncing any Irish names. So one thing you're going to learn really quickly about me on this channel is tell me to relax and tell me what to do when you go bye-bye. Very straightforward. Like I keep saying, you show me respect, you'll get it back. Act like an arsehole, off you go. Simple. Not difficult to comprehend. Great save there from Woodman. And these type of gobshites are the reason why the chat went on member only for a part of last season, because on watchalongs, arseholes come out of the woodwork. Lewis said, I'm not sure about Isak. 100 million is a lot for an injury-prone player. I'd rather go for Mateta to bring off the bench for another option. Keep the fluid, versatile forward. Still think Martinelli cooks here. A lot to go through there. I don't know about Mateta in all honesty, because I've only really paid attention to half of last season from not seeing any links with us, Lewis, to be honest, mate. And Martinelli, well, there's a player in Martinelli, but I don't know, lad. You know, Jurgen had a fondness from, and I think he could certainly show more than he has done at Arsenal, but the end product has been missing a lot for Martinelli. Stop complaining and commentate. No, go fuck yourself. I know it's only pre-season, but Darren England's a poor ref. He's definitely had some shocking decisions, Dan. We should have had a penalty 100%. And there's been some of those that I don't know. Oh, 2-1. Good header. Number 6 for Preston, unmarked. Free header. No chance for the keeper to save that. 2-1. Good goal. Good header. I'll talk you through it now. Nunes will stay. Of course he will, mate. You won't be disappointed whatsoever come the start of the season. So corner comes in. I mean, we've got Ben Doak, who's only up to number 6's kneecap, marking the biggest, strongest player. Ben Doak, Ben D, marking their biggest, tallest, strongest player. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Well, good header from him. No chance for the goalkeeper. So 6 to go. 2-1. I often get baffled by some of our decisions on who marks who from set pieces. Like, Ben's probably our smallest player out there in the pitch, and he's marking their biggest, tallest, strongest player. It's it wasn't exactly a fair fight, let's say. You going to any matches? Yeah, I'm going to the United game, mate. The United game. What's this? So, if you're in Anfield Agenda's WhatsApp community, ladies and gentlemen, Connor has player ratings form in there right now for you to vote on your player ratings. We're not doing a player ratings video today, but if you'd like to get into a nice good habit for next season, the player ratings are in the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. I'm just trying to see if I have the QR code handy for the WhatsApp. Don't seem to have it to hand here. Is that it? 1 second. Yeah, okay. I will put it up on screen now for you. If you want to scan the QR code for the WhatsApp, there you go. Give that QR code there on the screen a quick scan if you'd like. That is the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp community. And if you would like to join us, scan that QR code on the screen. It's pinned in the chat and the description as well. Cool. Thank you, Connor. So if anybody would like to submit to player ratings or join the WhatsApp channel, it's pinned to the chat. It's in the description. And of course, I had that QR code up on the screen as well. When's the United game? October, mate. Same weekend as our last ever live show in Liverpool. The weekend of the 19th of October. Jones to Robbo. 4 minutes to go in Liverpool's first game of pre-season. Nallo under a bit of pressure. Back to Woodman. With all due respect, hope we don't have to rely on Freddy. We won't. He's the third choice goalkeeper. The plan is obviously Alisson and Giorgi, but Alisson's not ready yet, so we wanted to just give 45 to each of them. And in all honesty, nothing Woodman could have done about that. It's certainly nothing to do with him. The header was passed. I don't think anybody would have saved that, to be honest. It's just the poor marking from the corner is what cost us. Craig, do you think we should have went in for João Pedro? I said for a long time, Ronan, as a second option, I never would have been against the idea of João Pedro. He's I think an underrated player. I wouldn't have had him as the number one guy through the middle, but as an option for us, I wouldn't have minded him at all. Major Zero said, "What's up, Craig? Honest, you picture us winning the Premier League?" Yeah, I do. If I'm being honest, mate, I do. Because I don't think anybody's business has been better than ours or will close the gap. I'm not saying we're 100% going to win it, but I think we're deserved of the favourites tag. Well done. Oh, step over Gakpo, 3-1. Well done, Ben. Well done, Ben. Doak, however you'd like to pronounce it. Good work, winning the ball back right-hand side. Got his head up, pulled it back across the edge of the 18-yard box. Cody Gakpo takes a touch, sets himself, and then side foots it in to make it 3-1. Cody Gakpo with the goal. Puts up the sign for Diogo's number 20. Does a little Diogo clap celebration as well. But well done, Ben, for a good setup. Won the ball back. Very good press from him. Then lovely step over from Darwin as well. That allowed it to roll into the path of Cody Gakpo. So lovely ball across. Darwin does well to open up his legs and drop a little bit of a dummy. And then Cody Gakpo with a tailored, tasty, delicious side full finish. 3-1 Liverpool. Good play all along. Well done, Darwin, for the step over. Good ball from Doak. And good finish from Cody Gakpo. It doesn't matter, mate. I won't be pronouncing it too much because he won't be here next season, most likely. But either way, no problem. Thank you. What I did love about Doak's celebration was the little fist pump. I love that. I love when a player gets that little moment. They go, yes, go on, fella. Robbo spreads one across. Kumath playing on his shoulder there. Tries to put pressure on the Preston keeper. Oh, nearly. The press nearly worked. Right, we are at the 90-minute mark now. It's just whatever the ref wants to add on. Give Nunes what he wants. New hair, new man. Well, what he wants is a move away. So, yeah, I agree. Give him what he wants. No problem. He wants to leave. Let's facilitate that. I agree, Elmir. Well played. Need the icon broccoli in the green screen. Okie doke. Thank you, Frozen mate. Appreciate you. Every time you talk, it sounds like a power buzz. I don't know what the fuck that means. No alien. It's pre-season. I mean, it's pre-season. Don't usually bring out Nulon for pre-season. Oh, it's a fan, mate. Sorry, I've got a fan in the background. Obviously, it's a bit warm today, so I just have a bit of a fan on, turn low on in the background. So yeah, apologies if you're hearing a bit of a hum or something. It's just, got to try and stay a little bit cool. Got to disagree. Craig Nunes has been faultless for Diogo today. Did I, at one point, at any point, in any way, not give Darwin credit for the things he's done today? I'm fucking sick of some of you people moaning at me about Darwin. I've said nothing today about Darwin. I've given him credit for his assist, his goal, or his step over, his work rate. I'm just telling you, he won't be here. So you can disagree with that all you want, no problem. But I've done nothing but credit him for what he's done well today. So get off my back. Just because you want him to stay doesn't change anything. He won't be here. He wants to leave. You're going to have to just get over it. Darwin is staying. Cool. You keep telling yourself that. And when he leaves, you'll be heartbroken. But again, I say what's going to happen because I don't talk shit. He ain't staying. He did well today, and I've credited him for his goal. I've credited him for his step over, his good run in behind. But I'm not going to delude anybody by telling you he's staying. He's not. He wants to leave, and he's going to leave. Right. Adrian said, Kerkez, wow, I'm so excited for him to play for us. I enjoyed the first half more today, personally, if I'm being honest, than I did second half. I don't know why. But I just felt in the first half we looked a little bit sharper. Maybe there was just more exciting younger players there to look forward to. I thought Neoni was brilliant in the first half. Second half performances looking around, it was nice seeing Robertson utilised at left-sided centre-back. Obviously, we got our first look at Jeremie Frimpong, Milos Kerkez as well, which was interesting. Doug did himself no harm either on the right side. You can see what that assist meant to him. Darwin got himself on today. Good finish, latched on to an under-hit back pass. Cody Gakpo, again, a very solid performance from Cody, as you would have expected. I think we can take a lot of positives from that game today. I think we can take a lot of positives from it, but it's the first step in our pre-season, and obviously a game tinged with emotion today as well around Diogo. Players there now, all of them, including players who weren't taking part in the game today, standing and applauding the travelling cop and all the banners and scarves and stuff in memory of Diogo. I guess it's the first steps back to some form of normality today for the boys and for the club, as they, say a public goodbye to Diogo and Andre. And every single one of them, camera just panned in on Darwin there as well, and you can see the sincerity on all of their faces as they just soak it up. I don't know what else to say, but all of them, even Darwin, just a very somber, serious look there as they applaud the travelling cop and all the memories and signs of respect and admiration for Diogo and Andre. And Preston have been an absolute class act as well. It's important that we say that. Thank you to them as a club and their fans as well for helping with the occasion. And yeah, nothing but good things to say about Preston. Lavish boys, your thoughts on Frimpong? I was a little bit surprised that we didn't maybe see him as advanced as we seen Connor Bradley in the first half. I don't know if that's because maybe Connor Bradley has been at Liverpool longer, understands Arne's system a little bit more, and perhaps we'll see a similar set of attributes for Jeremie Frimpong as he gets the grips with the system a bit more. You almost seen Bradley play it where you would have expected Trent to play. When we drop into a back three, Stevenson would have stepped across and Bradley would utilise that half space. Frimpong seemed a little bit more reserved in his movement, not as advanced up the pitch at times. But again, a lot of these guys, that's their first outing in a Liverpool shirt today, and they're still getting used to the manager system. Wirtz not even there. No. Oh, is he at the game? Sorry, I haven't seen all the players who were standing there on the edge of the 18, so I don't know if he's there. I thought I seen him earlier on in one of the t-shirts, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Having a quick scoot around here. I can see Dan's. I can see Diaz. Can't see. Nunes made a positive impact. He certainly did. He took his goal very well. And got some decent bits of movement as well behind. There was a ball from Milos Kerkez that Darwin made a nice diagonal run across the back of the defence as well. What will the squad size be travelling to the Far East? Oh, good question, Roger. Truth is, mate, I don't really know. I'd imagine you're talking upwards of 30 anyway, but it's a really good question. I guess we'll get the full confirmed travelling squad soon. Again, the players still just there taking in the banners and signs and admiration and love for those travelling Reds, for Diogo, still singing his song, still singing his name. Special moment this at the end of the game. The players stood in front of the travelling Reds, and they're all, as they have been, brilliant all the way through the game. Young and old, all with their Jota scarves, Jota shirts, Jota flags, banners. Beautiful, respectful moment. And the players now applauding on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's obviously a moment that all of us wish didn't have to happen, but with the tragic events of Diogo and Andre's passing, this, was the first real public time the players and the fans have been together. And it was a very fitting way to say goodbye to Diogo. And again, I want to say thank you to Preston. Class act as a football club as always. Dave said, do you think we'll see Robbo at centre-back this season? I don't know, mate, but we know he's played there, if I'm right, to my Scottish friends in the chat. I'm almost sure Andy Robertson has played in a back three for you guys, or at centre-back, if I'm not mistaken. Look, he looked okay today. Nalo looked okay alongside him as well. Mohammed John Soliev, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And yeah, it is class. And again, full credit to Preston and their fans as well for making the occasion what it was. Karen said it was beautiful and upsetting, all rolled into one. Yep, I agree, Karen. It was going to be an emotionally charged day today for the lads. But again, it was fitting and it was done lovely. Ben Doak plays exactly like Damien Duff. There's defo, even in his body language and the way Ben moves and almost looks and plays with his head down. I can definitely get what you mean with the comparisons with Duffer. I totally get that. Patrick Morrison said, I'm so proud to be a Liverpool fan. The way we conduct ourselves is trying in these trying times. Stephen Six said, seeing all the players in front of the fans singing Jota's song after the game got me choked up. Understandable, mate, and you're not on your own. It's a tough day today. It's also a beautiful way to say goodbye to Diogo. And I hope today, and I'm sure it will, starts the healing process for the fans, for the club as well, of course, and the players. Dean hopes a big respect to Preston as well. Absolutely, mate. Couldn't agree more. Right, we're 40 subscribers away. If you can, hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Appreciate you. All of you that have joined us today, thank you so much. Gaming Gaz, thank you, sir. Lovely gesture. Jota will never be forgotten. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Paro said, I can't lie, Craig. Darwin played a blinder. His runs, his goal was nice, composed. Look, I don't disagree, mate. I said exactly the same. Darwin did everything as he should have today. No complaint whatsoever. But it won't change anything. But you are right. There was a lot to like today. Took the goal very well. Latched onto an underhit back pass. Lovely step over for Cody Gakpo's finish. As I mentioned as well, a good move across the back line. But respectfully, I don't think it changes anything. Stream later. Yes, I'm going to stream later. I'm going to stream at... It'll probably be 9:45, if that's okay. I want to watch the Club World Cup final, and we'll probably jump on just as that's finishing up. So I think the plan will be 9:45, if that's okay for everybody. Right, one more before we start to finish up. I'm going to record a bit of a match reaction to this, but if you'd like to submit your player ratings, you can do so. Join the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. Scan that QR code there on the screen. That will bring you to our WhatsApp, and you can submit your player ratings with the form that Connor has up there as well. And again, we really do appreciate your continued support. Dave said, any word on Bajcetic or Harvey? Well, Harvey would be straightforward. Him and Tyler Morton would still be on holidays, Dave, after winning the Euros with the England under-21s. So they're only starting their holiday period now, really. So they'd have to have those 3 or 4 weeks. What's this? 1 second. Crystal Palace were considering UEFA licensing compliance as early as 31st of December. Just something here to read out. It says 31st of December 2024 in advance of filing its year-end accounts with the Premier League. Crystal Palace 2010 Limited signed off accounts for 30th of June 2024. In the accounts, they included a specific table setting out for the adjustments necessary for UEFA licensing. Only Newcastle and Palace set out this Annex G detail, but it appears to undermine the position presented by Steve Parish that Palace were naive on all matters UEFA before the FA Cup run. In fact, the board clearly must have spent some time considering the adjustments necessary due to the very limited trading with Lyon and Molenbeek during the autumn. So again, a little bit of an update there on the Palace situation. LLJ said Kerkez and Frimpong so settled, and Darwin, wow. Yeah, some good performances in there today. As I mentioned, Darwin took his goal well. Nice to see Bradley get one in the first half as well. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and record my thoughts on the 2:45s, and I will see you back tonight at 9:45 for the late night agenda. We will be a little bit later than normal. And again, thank you all so much today. It wasn't going to be an easy day. It was always going to be one filled full of emotion. Obviously, we've seen the lads back. We got to see some of the new boys, but also, of course, the fans, the players, and all of us got to say goodbye to Diogo in a very fitting and Liverpool-esque way. And I want to thank you all for being with us, for your kind words about Diogo as well throughout the afternoon. And I hope to see you back here tonight for the late night agenda. Much love to you all. Thank you.